come on up and roll with it. Did I need this? All right, go ahead.
All right, well, hello, good morning, everyone. So I'm Tyler, and this is my brother Tate. And together we help run J&L Nutritional Consulting, backyard boarding and play care in the backyard. And I want to talk about kind of how we got started. And the J&L part is probably new to a lot of people, or you don't know what that part of the business is. So I'm going to start with that. J&L Nutritional Consulting, it's consulting for dairy farms. So my dad, when he first started, he wanted to get on as many dairies as he could, essentially doing all their ration work. So that is essentially like meal prepping for the cows, and he's trying to get the highest production out of those cows that he can. So that was the plan, and that kind of is still what he does. Unfortunately, in the last 20 years, Minnesota's lost something like 70% of dairies. And each year it seems to get worse and worse. And the biggest part of that, a lot of it's consolidation, but those 100 cow dairies, which we had in Otter Tail County and Becker County, they're going by the wayside like crazy. A lot of them have moved to like beef operations, but those small dairies have kind of went by the wayside. So with that happening, we kind of started making our way to the pet industry. But yeah, my dad, he still does, he's still on farms. He's contracted with some feed mills out of Fergus Falls, Edding, Piers. He's got a nice dairy farm, Barnesville. He goes up to Lisbon and hits a couple dairy farms out there. So that's still what he likes to do. And it's anything from ration balancing. Let's say they're going to switch to a new corn silage. Well, that new corn silage might be higher in protein, might be less in fiber, and so he has to adjust the whole ration based on that. And it's all based on results. If he's feeding that dairy herd for a month and it's not going so well, we're not going to get that business. So he's gained a lot of trust, tons of trust with these farmers, and that led us to, when we're feeding this corn, why are my cows dropping? And so that led to, now we're going to go look at what kind of corn silage we can get. Is there a better dairy quality corn silage? So then all of a sudden we started selling corn, soybeans, alfalfa, and then as those dairy guys moved to beef, that turned to, now instead of getting corn silage, we're going to actually get combining corn. So now all of a sudden we have the J&L seed division. We sell corn, soybeans, alfalfa. We do custom pasture mixes, just about everything. And that's led to getting herbicides in, getting twine, net wrap, all those haymaking supplies in. And so we still do that on the J&L side, but with that decline in the dairy industry, we've moved the storefront to essentially all pets.
Yeah, with that though, we do have a road truck sales. His name's Sam Meyer. He gets out to 2 to 3 farms a week around the area, delivering supplies for the dairy, for the beef, lick tubs, minerals, salts. So that keeps him busy. And then also we do have an agronomist, Andrew Lawrence, who is very busy this time of the year. He's very active and stays busy with not only mixing a lot of seeds, delivering a lot of seeds, but we have our own seed mixer, soybean inoculant treatment facility. So we do a lot of that right on site at J&L too. So, but in the store, we did ship a lot. When we first opened up, we did sell a lot of milk and cheese. If any of you were in there, we sold milk for like $3. Cheese, meats from the Hutterick colony north of Hawley, and there were frozen pot pies, things like that. So we had a 9-door cooler, a bunch of freezers, and it went well for a while, but we knew eventually we wanted to shift over. So that 9-door cooler became a grooming facility. We have 3 top-notch groomers that we're very lucky to have. Amanda, Erica, and Casey do a fantastic job. So we got people from all over the area that come just for their services. They groom anywhere on a full week, 60 to 70 dogs and cats that swing through. So that on top of nail trims is something they do daily. From there, we added more supplies. For the pets, dogs and cats is typically what we specialize in. A lot of the wild bird too, so if you guys like to watch the birds come in, we got anything you need for that. Soon the services grew though. We offer boarding 365 days a year. craziest times, just like July 4th was a bit crazy over there. And on top of that, we do doggy daycare Monday through Friday. That's been a good thing. You drop your dog off, just like you drop your kid off for daycare. The dogs get to run around, play around, hopefully not get in any trouble, and then you pick them up at the end of the day. And so you can do a full day or a half day. That's doggy daycare Monday through Friday. And then we've also done dog training. And so that is individual classes. You can set up an individual consultant, kind of do by yourself, or we offer classes that go typically Monday through Friday, but they've added on to those services too. So with all this going on, we're lucky to have a really good staff, just like our groomers. Boarding and play care is headed by a wonderful manager. Ashley Hocus does a great job. She's really well trained, and then her crew, not only are great pet lovers, but they're always learning and keeping up with all that too. So that's kind of a gist of a little bit of everything that we do. So, anyone have any questions?
I'm just curious how many total employees you have, like between all the businesses.
In the low 20s?
Yeah, I'd say about 25.
Somewhere around there. So, yeah. And it probably splits, there's around 13, 14 boarding, play care, and training, and then the other 12, 13 is the backyard and gym.
We do have them set up kind of separate entities, so that boarding and play care is their own part. And the one thing that's been nice for those employees is we do a profit sharing for them, so that's really nice. They're awesome as it is, but knowing that they do get a little chunk of the profit sharing every quarter, I think helps motivate them. And it's kind of a cool way to keep that's their own deal, and then backyard.
Yeah, this is our first year doing that, and we've been lucky enough to share some of that with them. So it's made a big difference over there as well.
You guys still do stuff like food plot seeds and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, yep. So with selling corn, soybeans, and alfalfa, that's led us to, we can get just about anything in. So 50-pound bags of turnips and radishes, but also pre-mixed 8-pound bags. And then we also, in the store, we have about 5 bulk bins. They're water jugs that we put seed in, and now they're bulk bins. But if you need a half acre of brassicas, that's only 3-4 pounds of seed. So you don't have to go out of the way to get that 50-pound bag.
That's
So
really been a
that too.
big thing,
Yeah.
more than I knew about. It's really picked up, and having Andrew, our agronomist, makes a big difference. He can answer just about any question you need. And then having that custom mixer, if you have a few acres or if you have 20 acres, we can mix you a custom mix and get you what you need, not only for that, but for the right soil as well.
All right, we're gonna have, Kayla, we're gonna have you talk about the fair, if you don't mind.
Sure, why not?
Trevor, will be coming in hot.
All right. So, as Mackenzie said, I'm here with the fair, which is coming up real fast in like 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so just gonna highlight some things. Find my notes here. Here we go. Thursday is our Veterans Day. We usually start with like flag raising, that kind of stuff to honor our veterans and kind of kick off the fair. We also have an open poultry show that day, so check the premium book for all that information. We also have the Silver Foxes playing from noon to 3. 5 to 7, we have the Church of Cash returning again, which is the Johnny Cash tribute band. We have our first wristband session that night from 6 to 10. Almost said that wrong. And then the band, The Confused, is playing at 9 till it close. Friday is Senior Day, so we have like all kinds of senior stuff going on in the park, from polka music to like booths for seniors to look around and stuff like that. We have Eric's dance band that night, or that evening, or afternoon actually. We have our second wristband session, and that'll be the last session for the fair. And then that night, our big grandstand event is the modified tractor pull. We went with a new pulling company this year, which is River Valley Pullers, so we're excited to have them back. And then at 8:30, we have the crop dusters playing. Saturday is Kids Day, which we have a lot of fun stuff. This year we have a brand new event. It's the Rooster Calling Contest, so come on down and actually try to crow like a rooster and you might just win something. Lego building contest that morning. We have Sherry Marquardt playing from noon to 3. We have a new band coming in from 4 to 6. It's called Hard Day's Night. They're a Beatles and a Buddy Holly tribute band. They're really fun. We saw them at convention. We had to have them. 6 p.m. is Demo Derby, and then we have Blue English playing at 9. Then Sunday is our last day. We have our pancake breakfast, church in the park. We have, from noon to 3, we have beer for 10. And then we have a kids pedal pull at noon, and then our local tractor pull, so the local guys can come in and pull. I have posters and premium books for you guys if you want to take some and put them up at your business. Otherwise, I will be out today finishing that up. So, any questions for me? I know I spit that out really fast, but I didn't want to forget.
And then on Friday, you guys are hosting Relay.
Oh yeah, we're hosting Relay for Life on Friday night, so come on out for that too. So, thank you.
All right, just to highlight a little bit, Perham Pioneer Fest, that's going to be out at the Pioneer Village in August. They couldn't be here this morning, but you can see you have kind of the yearly events coming up again and all that fun stuff, so just put that in your calendars for sure. Anything else on that one? Okay. And then we'll have Jason come up for 549 Media. Would you like
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. We wrapped up just year 1 of 549 Media, which was a lot of fun for us. This year we did over 63 broadcasts total, 51 of them were sporting events, 13 were different concerts, graduations, and we drew in over 60,000 live viewers this year to our channel, and we had 74,000 hits to our channel, which was also like our interviews and different events that we did recorded and then brought them live. So it was a unique year, it was a fun year. You look, here's what our top numbers were in our sports, as we did a lot of different numbers. Basketball, of course, we did 25 total events. That counts the nights that we did a girls and a boys doubleheader. That drew our most, and then we had 5 football games, 9 volleyball games, 6 wrestling matches. We tried one hockey game this year because there's some ties with the DL Perham hockey team that got some nice views, and then we bought some new equipment and did some spring stuff that we didn't know how it was going to go, and it went well. We did a couple baseball doubleheaders and some softball doubleheaders. This is kind of my favorite stuff to look at for the year to see where all our viewers come from. Minnesota, of course, was the biggest hits with 46,000, but North Dakota and our reach getting all the way out. I was kind of surprised to see where the Snowbirds are also at too, and seeing where we get. And all the way across, get some viewers. Surprised to see get some viewers in Hawaii this year, and also all the way out across. And there's some foreign countries that have some viewers that we've had as well. Again, by city, Perham was our biggest, but seeing the connection of all the Yellow Jacket fans in Fayetteville and Minneapolis was kind of nice to see. With 6,000 there, and Fargo being one of the greater ones. Morris, they had a big hockey or a football following, and they shared the stream out to everyone, and they just started. That was our biggest night of the year for football. We had over 4,000 viewers, I think, or 3,000 if I remember right. And then seeing the cities that we hit throughout, it was kind of neat to see the reach for a 501 this year. This is also another one looking at how many people access and what ways people access. Most of it by phone, but a lot still with the old school television, Roku television, or Amazon TV, pop up and go to YouTube and they will watch us that way and seeing that. And computer and tablet, of course. And then these numbers are through beginning of May, or the end of May, excuse me, and it's got our 5 broadcasts, what we've done. And you can see it, it's kind of unique to look back and see which ones drew, which ones didn't, and which ones were the big one, like the different events all throughout the year. The one that really surprised me the most was their first and third grade show at the Perham. We drew over 1,200 viewers, and it's still growing, and it's kind of amazing those little shows and how much they do and what they do. Our Best Buddies basketball is another good one. That's got a lot of late hits on it as well. So we're sorry, like broadcast possible, and also our staff that we have, Lance Rock, Jesse Hine, Tommy Beach, who do a lot of great work. I'd like to thank them for their support and making these broadcasts possible, and so we're able to get them out to you. And we're starting our sales upcoming. If you have any interest, I have our packages, some packages with me. We're starting with that and getting ready for the new season, so you'll probably hear from me and Phil as well. So that's pretty much it. The wrap up of year one. It was a really fun year. Excited if you have any questions.
Is your revenue completely advertised?
Yeah. We're going with advertising. It goes right back into everything that we do. So it all stays within the school. So.
All right, next up, we have some new members here today. So first up is CR Wellness. You ladies want to come up? I do? Yep.
Thank you. All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come and share about our practice, CR Wellness. Tasha is here with me too. Tasha Foltz is a resident here in Perham, and she joined our CR Wellness practice in January. And we have offices here we have an office here in Perham where we see individuals for evals and also in Park Rapids. But what our practice really is about enabling and facilitating individuals to make healthy choices, which really leads to healthy habits and then leads to healthy lifestyles. And if we have people out in our communities who are living healthy lives, we've got a healthy community and we've got more vitality in our communities. When we are visiting with different groups or with individuals, we tell them that we're grateful that they're focusing on their health, taking that first step, because when they do that, ultimately they are impacting their lives and how they're going to feel down the road. When we work with individuals, we want to give them knowledge and understanding of how those healthy choices and habits are going to impact their lives. And also so that they know that we're here as a team to work with them, mentor them, and see them through the process. You know, we have an amazing healthcare system when it comes to acute care. We have great outcomes with surgeries, traumas, treating infections, transplants. We have great outcomes. However, the data coming out and all the data that came out this last year is that we are failing when it comes to chronic illnesses. We are dumping double any other nation that is keeping stats into healthcare that is going to chronic illnesses, and yet greater than 90% of our deaths are all chronic illnesses. And it used to be that there were some states that were doing okay with the obesity index, but every single state is increasing in the obesity index. Not to say that obesity is the only cause, but it is one of the top causes of people's health declining. And so we are not going to wait for our healthcare system to turn around and make a change. We're going to go forward and work with individuals to really get to that underlying cause and help the bodies to heal. We want people to find health, healing underneath the body so that they don't have to rely on medications. And when we are healing the body, we're really leading them so that they can live their lives without the illnesses. I love this picture because everything, symptoms that people are having, it is everything from aching joints to not feeling well in the gut, having nausea, having reflux, having constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut, rashes, autoimmune disorders. You guys, all of it is, you can make a difference in how you are feeling. You can to live on medications. So our team is Tasha, who's here in Perham. I come here a couple times a week, and then I have an office in Park Rapids, and then Beth, who isn't pictured on here, is in North Dakota. We have probably the majority of our clients right now are in about a 150 mile radius, but we've got people down that we have worked with down south of the cities. Have one that is from Fergus Falls right now that is going to start working, so we can reach people all over in the North Dakota, Minnesota area. We try to do all the intake evals in person, and then from that point on, we can work with Zooms and meeting on the internet. So, questions?
So the seminar, your next one is July?
Yes, July 9th at the Gathering Grounds in the morning at 9 o'clock. And if you're interested, there will be a flyer out that is at the Gathering Grounds. And also we've got a wonderful marketing team that pushes it out onto media, so you should see it out on Facebook. But you can grab one of us, you can grab Tasha, if you know who Tasha Foltz is, and get a hold of her too and register. So we do need people to register because we do cut off registrations at 12 because we don't want it to get so crowded back there. But we're trying to do a presentation here in Perham every month.
You introduce yourself at the beginning. Can you tell us what you do in
Oh.
your background?
I just went right into it, didn't I? I'm Cheryl Rising. I am a doctor prepared family nurse practitioner. I have been in healthcare for a long time. We'll just put it long time. I spent over 20 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area working with trauma, neuro, critical care, that area. And then I got my nurse practitioner in '96. And I worked from that point on doing clinic work, also doing rounding with nursing homes, assisted living, developed a practice in working with memory care, sold that practice when my husband and I moved to Park Rapids, and in about 2011 started down the road of wellness. And I have been focusing primarily on that since about 2013. Tasha is an RN and has over 20 years of experience, and also just completed her functional medicine wellness coaching degree. So it's been a great asset to our team. Any other questions?
All right, thank you so much. All right, next up we have Patchett Business Services. You guys want to come up?
All right. So I'm Ashley Alstat, originally born and raised here in Perham, and Becky and I took over Patchett Business Services in 2024. This is Amy. She's also one of our employees here in Perham. So a little bit of background about Patchett. We've been servicing small businesses and individuals since 2006. I personally started in 2015 with Patchett as a receptionist and worked my way up to ownership as of last year. And Becky, she started in 2016 as an internship and took over ownership with me in 2024. Currently, we are based out of Arnold's, where our office is located. We do service clients here in the Perham Lakes area. Indeed, we have clients Perham, Ottertail, Denton, Detroit Lakes. And we have 12 staff members currently. And staff, we have over 50 years of combined experience. Some of the services we offer, accounting and bookkeeping for small businesses, payrolls for small businesses, strategic business planning for startup businesses, tax advisory for businesses and individuals, as well as tax preparation for small businesses and individuals. We currently right now service just about 500
offer different retail products. We have 3 different medical grade skincare lines, Skin Better, Anti-Age, and PCA Skin. We also have a skincare makeup line, Jane Iredale, and then we offer nutritional supplements from Row Nutrition. Glutathione, curcumin, resveratrol, NAD, creatine, different things like that to kind of support your health and wellness. So, yeah. Kind of a brief discussion about what we do. But if anybody has any questions at all, reach out. We're available on our social media platforms. You can reach out or email. Our website has a lot of information. You can look online there too.
And which building are you at? If you explain it, Bill.
Yes, we are in it's an old dentist's office. It was new to us. It was White Oak Dental. I think it's been a dental office for a long time. It was White Oak Dental, and then we purchased it and renovated. So we gutted it down to the studs and redid the whole inside. So it looks, everybody who comes in that went to the dentist there says it looks and smells very different. So I think that's a good thing. So yeah, we have an open house the 2 days, so no appointments during that time, but if for anyone who wants to just come walk through, check it out, see what it looks like, what we offer, ask questions, what products available. So yeah.
Any questions? All right, well, welcome. All right, Trevor, are you ready?
Yeah, everyone else is done.
It's you.
I don't want to take any.
No, you're fine. It's just Chambers City.
All right, I'm here with the Perm Area Foundation. Does anybody know what the Perm Area Foundation is? Good. We've been around since 1988. We started, John Stabler, Fred Hipsch, and Sherman Mann started the Perm Area Foundation back in 1988. It actually started with PAC. They wanted to build a PAC. Tried to come up with some ways to do that. Met with West Central, and then West Central came up with the idea of the Perm Area Foundation, and it's been going ever since. The main goal of the Perm Area Foundation is to build things in Perm to better the community. They'll stand the test of time. We really try to hammer out things like brick and mortar, things like that. So if you look at some of the projects we've done, that's not a complete list. Some of the other ones that we've worked on recently or helped with is Center for the Arts. We made a large donation for there. The Otter Tail, that's right there at the top, Otter Tail Humane Society made a large donation for that as well. The pickleball courts we helped out with quite a bit. So just little things like that. The dog park is another one. But things that will stand the test of time, things that will be here longer than you and I, and then hopefully longer than our kids and so on. So that's the goal of the Perm Area Foundation. It's been around since 1980. I think we donated over $1 million. I think this past year, over $1 million into the Perm area. Every year we do some scholarships and things like that. So it's kind of it works in the background of a lot of things. You probably see the logo at different parks, the pickleball, the dog park, or the school. You'll see the logo there. But we try to create things that will last and really help our kids, and so on and so forth. So that's what we do. You can see the funds that we kind of are in charge of. Perm Area Community Fund obviously is our largest one. Wardell Estate was one that they donated that money, and it is reserved for the help of pets. So as you can see, the Otter Tail Humane Society, that's obviously not going to be a firm, that's in Purvis Falls. The goal of that is to help with pets, we help with the dog park, things like that. Baseball General Fund, Baseball Endowment Fund, we help with the area ball fields. Any funding they need to help with the ball fields in the area, in the whole town, we help with that. Angela Hope Park, we help with that as well. Dolores Barnick, it's a scholarship fund. We give free scholarships away every year. I probably should have written one this year, but it's that. Dolores Barnick, we had that. And then the pickleball was the last one that we helped with. So any questions on what the Perm Area Foundation is, what it does? If you'd like to donate, we have a very nice website, permareafoundation.com. You can donate there. We don't run a lot of fundraisers or anything in the background of things. If you have any projects that you are working on, anything that you think might fit our goal and what we're trying to do, please
Turtle Fest 2025. It was busy this year. It was really fun. Very excited to have Main Street back open. We had it 3 blocks and 70 vendors? Close. 70 or so vendors. Friday was super busy. The weather worked out, except Friday night we had a little storm, but most people took down all their things, which was really nice. And then they were able to open up Saturday morning again, which was really hot that day, if you remember. But it was still busy in town. People were out and about. In the stores, we heard good things. We walked around after that Turtle Fest weekend, and the stores were really happy. Restaurants were busy. Everyone had a good time. So parade, they had about 30 new entries, I would say. So that was really neat to see. I don't know how long it lasted, but it was a good amount of time, but lots of candy all the way to the end. So thank you everyone for doing that. And that is a part of your chamber membership. So just remember there are different things that you can do with your chamber membership. One is you can have a vendor spot downtown and or be in the parade for free. That's kind of a part of it. So we do welcome a lot of businesses, and a lot of people took that up. So that was really neat to see. We had 2 race days, Wednesday and Friday. Those went very well. This last week for July 4th, on Wednesday, July 2nd, we had like 397 races, which is nuts. So that was our biggest one so far this summer. And they just informed me we're not even halfway done yet. I'm like planning school stuff already, but
We're like
almost halfway. So yeah, so that was really exciting to see. Again, probably 80-90% of the people aren't from here when they come to the races, so that's also really fun.
Someone on Wednesday was from
London, England, a little boy. Yep. He came from London and he won one of the races. I don't think he won the whole thing, but so that was pretty exciting. Grandpa was helping him race. So yeah, we do have a map in the office from the last couple of years of all the places. We did get Alaska on Wednesday, so that was really cool. We're still missing Maine and is there one more? Delaware. So if you have any friends, we need them. They're so close. We're like 3 states away. The East Coast. Apparently they don't travel as far. So yeah, it's been really neat to see. It was fun to see. We've been doing some extra advertising in Wisconsin this year. Leah found a little niche there, and we've been doing over in that direction. And we had a lot of people from Wisconsin on Wednesday. It's wild. So it's kind of cool. We think it's all because of Leah's connections. So of course. So and that's kind of what the chamber does. We reach out, obviously to different states to try to bring them here so they shop, eat, and stay here. So that's kind of the main goal of the chamber. And then eventually we sucker them in to live in here, and then we have to build more houses and stuff. So
That's the next problem.
and then it's the next problem. But yeah, that's kind of the Turtle Fest update. So thanks again for all the businesses that were involved, because that's a big weekend for the Perm area, and I think that kind of gets things rolling. Not that it wasn't before, but that's really a big weekend for us. Anything else? We have Golf Scramble coming up. That's in August. We do have a few teams available, so if anyone, I'll reach out to the new businesses especially, because they maybe don't know what we're talking about. But a lot of businesses will put in a team per business, and then you just compete for the biggest loser and then the best winner, I guess. So it's a good time. I think the most important thing about having a business here in Kern is the networking too. So to make sure you are out there in the community, you're talking with others, that's kind of how you get your name out there too, and meet new friends. And so this is a pretty big event for us. We do have, like I said, the team slots available, and then we do have some pool sponsorships, but those are pretty full too. So people are going to be out on the courses on each hole, there to provide some games and entertainment. So it should be really fun. But if you have any questions about that, just let us know. That's coming up August 21st. It is on a Thursday. A lot of people take Friday off as well. So it just happens. But yeah, so that'll be really fun. And then the other next big event is the Crazy Days that's ran through PEP, our Perm Events Committee. And so that our goal is to like double, triple it. Like we're trying to expand that again. It used to be where, you know, Main Street, everyone brought their stuff out into the streets and it's this big shopping thing. It still is. We still have some retailers that do that, but what our goal is to try to make it crazy all the way around town and have different family events. So Mark's Fleets is going to have their bounce houses up. The Pack is going to have mini golf. All the way downtown, we're going to have a ball pit. It's just out in Turtle Park. We're just going to go off Turtle Park and fill it with beach balls. And we're trying to find a nonprofit to, if they want to use it as a fundraiser. So we reached out to the school, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so we're trying to just bring some crazy fun to the area, make that a big weekend again for Perm, so that people want to come eat and shop and play. So that's the next big one. And what? Jason's going to be a part of Crazy Days, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to talk about yours?
Yeah, sure, we can do that real quick.
Yeah.
First off, great turnout today, because I did not print out nearly enough. I was expecting like 20 people, maybe 15 people, but I do have some stuff here to kind of go in line with this. Actually, I'll just let you do that. So a corporate pet project of mine is, I go to the gathering grounds and the nest, and I get coffee and those various things, and I'm really awkward in many ways, but two of them are taking compliments and free things, right? Like giving me free stuff makes me feel kind of weird. And so I started getting these free coffees built up, and I was like, man, I want to do these, I should give away or do something. So then also got the idea of taking it a step further, and I started saving them. A lot of them. 101 of them, to be exact. And it took me 4 years to do so. And so we came up with the idea of pairing with the Humane Society, and they're going to bring cats, puppies, and all that kind of stuff so people can interact. I'm setting up a small makeshift lemonade stand outside the gathering grounds, and I'll be giving away 101 coffees, along with whoever would like one, a golden ticket. And you choose to take the golden ticket, and you go to the Humane Society, and you get approved whatever the process is. Approved to adopt a cat or a dog or maybe a hamster, who knows what they have there. I will pay the fee. I'm going to pay for everybody's adoptions. And we're going to pair some people. We've talked to you. I've been kind of barking up your tree a little bit. And I hope I'm trying. And so we'll go with it. And so we're kind of pairing some people in the area. Chuckies, we've been talking with Courtney Rumi, and we're working on getting Finley's here. And that's another really cool organization. And they have people with special needs. I think is how that one works. And so they're going to come in, and we're going to kind of, the goal is to get visibility on the Humane Society's project, possibly, like I said, Courtney Rumi and all those guys with the Finley stuff, and some other people out here who support the community. The goal is just make it a fun day, no big deal. They did warn me, they said, you know how much the adoption fee is? I'm like, nope. Like, you know what it costs you if you do all 101? Don't tell me. Just send me the bill, because if I think about it, I'll stress. So we're just planning for 101. So August 2nd, from 8 to 10 a.m. or until they're gone. So if I sit there all day, and I have no idea how many people show up and get coffee. I just want 101 giveaway. So until they're gone, I will be there. It could be a week. Who knows? So thank you guys very much.
All right, next up, city updates.
Do you have anything, Nick? I'll let you go. All right. Well, like anything, I have good news and I have bad news. Because that's what I do, right? Good news is we were awarded a local trail grant, so a $250,000 grant. What this does is it allows us to do the full length of the trail. You can see on your map, it's the yellow. So starting on the right-hand side of the screen, that's up by Perham Living. So we'll come along, that's actually 6th. We'll do that awkward bend, which turns into 7th. Come along 7th to Coney Street, and then finish along Coney Street. So we'll actually connect the wellness trail on Coney as well. So a lot of people I know don't want to walk on the road there and don't want to do the full loop around Perham Health. So that'll be exciting. We did plan for at least half of that to be done this summer anyway, but the grant helps us finish all of that and complete that full trail. So just another step closer to finishing our trail system, which is great. The only other thing, which is really quick, it's not that bad, but kind of bad. We are going to be redoing the road out here. I don't know the timing yet. It's going to be the end of this month at some point. But what that means is that this access or crossing will be closed And then also the back parking lot here behind City Hall will be closed. Again, not knowing the timing, Power Hour may not be here in August. I don't think I told you that yet. But depending on what that time frame looks like, so keep an eye out for those notices and what that looks like. So I'm hoping to find out this week a more definitive schedule. But yeah, it'll mean City Hall will probably be closed for a couple days as far as public access and those types of things. So if you see me out and about in town more, it's 'cause I can't stay here. What's that?
They can always come through the chamber door sometimes.
Yeah, your door's gonna be shut for a little while too.
Cool.
Someday. So, otherwise, that's all I got. Any questions, thoughts, citizens or city? Yes.
Would you say that gets you one step closer to finishing the trails? Where isn't it that you'd like to?
So, some of the major areas and probably most challenging. So, if you go along 34, for instance, to cross to the north side, we don't have any really good crossings between the north and the south side of town. So, connecting like the Arvig Trail, for instance, along County 51 and 34, crossing that intersection is a big challenge for us. And then also we'd like to continue along East Coney, which is that truck route that goes by Central Market, all of that. Continuing having a little better pet access into that development, so so you get to bike to the nest safer. Bremer Bank, hi Tim. Those places. And then continuing along that and making that loop connecting to the north side of the town along 7th and that crossing as well. So pretty much the big pieces with crossings is really the next challenge and obstacle that we have. So, okay. Anything else? Cool.
All right, anyone else have any updates about their businesses? Elevate? Welcome. That's a good thing. You have things going on.
We just wanted to start promoting our mobility market that Elevate is starting. Right now, we're just trying to collect mobility devices to have in the community. We're going to keep them at our Elevate office. So we're looking for things like walkers, canes. If anyone has family members or friends or neighbors who has this kind of stuff sitting around from an old surgery or something like that, we'll take it out of your hands and then we'll loan it out to people who need it. When they're done with it, they'll bring it back to us and we'll just kind of do a rotation. The Calgary fishermen have agreed to maintain it, like just, tighten screws or, make sure it's in good working order. And then we can just kind of keep that cycle going for those who maybe can't afford these things brand new or have trouble finding them. Shower chairs, even like grab bars, blood pressure cuffs, transfer lunches, anything that someone might have used in the past, feel free to call Elevate. We'll figure out how to get something. Cool. Yeah.
All right, anyone else? Big events coming up? Deals you want to share? Nothing? You just want to win prizes? All right, so first up, Pizza Ranch donated 2 bake-at-home pizzas, and you have to eat them in July. So Carrie, you're the winner. Woohoo. All right, next up, Zorba's 1 large pizza. Jen Henderson. All right, we got a free oil change from Perm Auto Repair. Suey, is this you? Okay, and next we have from Perm Health, their Prairie Grill, Lisa Glenn. And then we have Lakes Cafe, Amanda Miller. All right, and the last one, Lakeside Tap. Chuck. All right, and then next month, we'll figure out where to go. We'll talk to our friends maybe at Pizza Ranch again and move over there. So just be on the lookout emails, but don't forget, we do send out the newsletter. April sends it out every Wednesday. And that includes flyers of any deals, promotions, events, what? Events, just events, like big events. So if you have any of those to share, please send them our way, preferably by like Monday, Tuesday. She sneaks on Facebook and finds what she can, because I know you guys are really busy. But we would appreciate if you sent those to us. Those go out to about 4.8 thousand, I would say, is our reach right now, which is pretty neat. And then also, don't forget, we do put them on the events calendar at perm.com as well. So, if anyone else has anything to say, do so now. Otherwise,